Hi, I'm Celine Perkins from Perkins Dry Goods. Welcome to part 5 of the Frosty Friends Sew Along. Today the block we're making is a double pinwheel that uses Flying Geese units. So you're going to take your small squares, which are your background, and draw a line from corner to corner. Take your small square, corner to corner. You're going to place that on the right-hand side of your rectangle unit. Now the rectangle unit is the fabric that's going to create the pinwheel. And make sure that your line is going from the center out to the corner so that when you stitch it you will get a Flying Goose unit. So when you stitch these together, I like to chain piece. And so what that looks like is I'm going through the sewing machine and I just take a couple of stitches off the end and line it up and continue on. Now what I do here, this is a little bit of an efficiency thing, is I will check and make sure that my raw edges are aligned, and then I can trim, and you can do this with scissors or you can do it with a rotary cutter. And I just leave the pieces all sewn together and I trim. It works really well. And then I press back, and I like to use a blunt scissors, a little kid scissors, to cut these apart. And I like it because the points don't get stuck in my ironing board cover or in my mat if I'm using my wool mat. The next step is to place the square on the opposite side and stitch from corner to corner. And I also like to chain stitch these units, and this is what you get. And I want to check and make sure that my edges are aligned. This is when you can unstitch and redo if you aren't happy with the alignment. And again, just trim away that back triangle for 1/4 of an inch seam, and then snip apart, and then you'll be pressing away. So I just like to set the stitches and gently finger press back, and I'm not doing a lot of like ironing. I'm lifting the iron and pressing down so that the seam is set and the unit is pressed back. And same is true here. We want to, well, this one isn't trimmed. Let's get one that's trimmed. Here's a trimmed one. And then just back like that. So you've got Flying Geese units, and now you're going to attach the other background rectangle to these to make this kind of funny looking little square. So you do that, and we get these stitched. When I sew these, I like to put this stitching side up so I can see where I'm crossing that intersection. It sometimes helps with not cutting that point off. So I'm just going to set these seams, and then these are pressed away from the Flying Goose unit, and that's kind of the way they want to go because it's the path of least resistance. So now these are all trimmed, and again my little chain piecing here. Then you're going to make a subunit here. You're going to be stitching these pieces like this, and that's how you get your pinwheel. Pressing for this block is all open. So these two units you press open, then you're going to sew them together, and you'll press that seam open as well. So you'll have 4 of these smaller units, You're going to sew them together to make 2 half blocks like this. So this is the piece block for part 5 of our sew along. Thanks for watching. This is the part 5 snowman. He has the top hat on. I've pre-fused the snowman body and the scarf pieces using the template that's in the pattern. And now I'm ready to put the hat on. I've got my eyes and buttons marked, so that will help me get the head in the right place so that I get the hat on just right. And I've also pre-fused the hat band to the hat. So now I just need to place this, and we'll fuse down just a little bit right here just to keep that in place. And get our background fabric, if we're cool enough to peel off. And this snowman has fabric number 1 in the upper left hand corner. I'm going to fold this to finger press. I've got it. I want to get that so that the buttons are centered, so that's kind of where I'm trying to get that finger press fold. And then I can also see through this fabric just a little bit to get the snowman centered. And again, we've got a kind of a tall hat. Measure real quick, and we're all set. And now we can fuse him down. So that's it for part 5 of the Frosty Friends Sew Along. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.